So today it was announced that the officer who shot and killed Richard Brooks was charged with felony murder. Whether it's an overcharge or not, I don't know, but in my opinion, it was definitely an unjustifiable homicide. Right? That's in my opinion, and many also agree that the manner in which those two officers handled the situation after it escalated was inappropriate. Right? It was wrong for Richard to resist arrest. It was wrong for him to also take away the taser. It was wrong for him to turn back and fire the taser at the officer. But we all know that they're only trying, that officers who are defending and individuals who are defending the officer in question right now, they're only using technicalities to try to justify his actions. And this is what always disturbs me about police officers, whether here in Trinidad or whether I'm watching it away on television. Police officers always tend to try to justify any wrongdoing by their colleagues. And to me, that is unfair. That is not right. A taser is not a lethal weapon. It could be used as a lethal weapon if by some chance it affected the individual who received the shock in a deadly manner. But generally speaking, a taser is a non-lethal weapon. So when they are using these technicalities to try to justify shooting an individual who was at least probably 4 feet away, to me that's not right. And in his back, no, that's wrong. It is wrong. It's wrong what that officer did. They're also claiming that the taser could have immobilized the officer, and therefore Richard would have been able to retrieve or take away the officer's gun. The problem with that scenario is that Richard was running away, not towards the officer. And there was another officer there who would have been able to defend and protect the officer if he really and truly was immobilized by the stun gun. So that cannot be an excuse. That cannot be a justifiable reason for shooting a man in his back twice. It's ridiculous how people could try to use technicalities to justify unlawful behavior. And this is why I will always say it is hard for me to trust police officers, especially once there is so much bias and they have so much of protection under the law. This is why I believe that qualified immunity that they have needs to be removed, because they cannot be having the perception that they are above the law and that it is extremely difficult to prosecute them. It's extremely difficult for civilians to even file lawsuits against them because of this qualified immunity, and that is wrong. That is wrong. This is the reason why police officers tend to behave in such an aggressive and abusive manner. It's because they know that they have these liberties and these protections under the law. This must stop. It is really, really important for significant reformation of the police services and the policies of them both here in Trinidad, around the world, and definitely in the United States. This is madness. This needs to stop. And unless these policies are legislated and changed to prevent these actions, these wrongful killings and physical abuse and aggression by police officers will not stop, because they will always feel as though they are justified in their actions and that they will not be prosecuted. And even if they are prosecuted, they will not be convicted. And all that is unfair and it is wrong, because they are not above the law. They are there and they were hired to preserve the law and to protect citizens, not for them to break the laws. That is not right. That is not moral either. And therefore we as Christians should not be justifying those actions either. I can tell you from experiences throughout my life that I've been always fearful when being confronted by a police officer. And it's not because of race. It's because I know that police officers believe that they are all powerful, they are invincible, and they can do you anything. They can do you whatever they so please. I have seen for myself how police officers confront others in the protective services, like army men or members of the Coast Guard. I have seen how they aggressively approach and deal with other individuals who are not police officers. They bully them and they abuse them. And it's not about race, because it is Africans against Africans. So this is not about racism. This is not about systemic racism. This is all about police officers believing that they are above the law, and this needs to stop. And we need to stop protecting them and justifying their abuse of power. This needs to stop. So therefore, I am in support of the calls by many in society to remove that qualified immunity that officers have. I support that.